a teaser. 7:40 p.m. on the 30th, Thursday night of October 2025. Of course, you're seeing Messier 31 and 32. You're actually seeing it at, I'm going to push it up to 100% eZOOM there. We have got 97 stacks, 12 have been ignored. We're peering through clouds, high thick clouds. I just left it running, the ZWO imager running, and there's a reason why. I'm going to make this a teaser that we're getting such an expansive view of Messier 31. You can see the cloudiness all around it. And here we have Messier 110 down below. We have 32 here. We have 31. These are 60-second exposures. No, I'm sorry, 30-second exposures that I left it on. That many stacks, 99 stacks, 2,970 seconds of image capture. Now notice the field of view. This view. Okay, what we have here is 12 30-second stacks, 2 ignored, total exposure time of 360 seconds, and of course, we are looking at Messier 110. We're still getting all those satellite streaks that passed by it the other night as well. That's a very nice view of it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to push it up to 60 seconds view and then abandon the cold and go back inside. Here we go. Well, this gives you an idea of how bad it really is. Here's Messier 31. Now, this has been a 60-second exposure. We got 1 stack and 4 ignored. So the clouds have definitely moved in. I'll see if I can pick something else out just for the heck of it. But we sure did get some good views initially at 30 seconds, despite the high thick clouds. Actually, the high thick variable clouds. Okay, I've now moved to a part of the sky where the clouds are not as much of an issue. Guess what we're seeing here? I've had to have the scope switched to look west. We are seeing the eastern veil. This is awesomely incredible. The idea that we can capture so much of the sky at once. This is about a degree of sky to about here. So we have almost 1 degree and another 20 minutes, 10 or 15 or 20 minutes here. Clearly, I need to resynchronize the scope, but I just managed to just happenstantially say, well, the part of the sky that's open includes the Veil Nebula. Why not have a look? That's extraordinary. There's plenty of stars there for it to triangulate on. Now I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. And we are getting elongates at 150x, so it probably should be restart the stack again, JIC, but I am operating at 60 seconds exposure time. And I thought we were getting a little better results at 30, so I'm going to go ahead and stop it and put it on 30 seconds exposure and let it do multiple tracks. But first, I'm going to try to shift things over so we can see more of the veil complex. Okay, what you're seeing here is a 1 degree field of the eastern veil. You can see how it sweeps around, so you know the star that went nova was off in this direction here. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it on a 30-second exposure. We just obviously had a satellite passage. And then I'm going to disappear for a while, let it capture some more photonage. Okay, the eastern veil now, we got 14 stacks, 1 ignored, not bad. 420 total seconds of exposure times. I've had to adjust the histogram a little bit, but the view is quite spectacular. I could darken up things just a wee bit for aesthetics. Plenty of presence. The sky is clearing up, so my original plan was just, when I saw the weather, was just to get the scope set up today. But there's a chance that we can go and have a look at the NGC 1234 series so I can composite those images in with the rest of the images I've captured. 30% eZOOM, I believe that's probably about 60x view. We're getting quite a good, nice field of view there. It's probably 45 to 50 arc minutes. I'll have to figure it out. Let's go ahead and bail on this now. NGC 6992 and poke the scope in the direction of NGC 1 and 2. But I'm going to be using 5-second exposures because I want to explore what the fact of reducing the magnification and creating greater intensity of the pixels in the CCD imager will reveal of those two galaxies, one 12.8 and the other 14.3 or so. Okay, we already got 8 stacks with none ignored of NGC1 and NGC2. And this is at lowest magnification, which is about 30x. They can barely be made out. Now, I haven't synchronized the scopes, so they're a little off center. So if we double up to 40, now we're getting our 70. Let's assume we're at about 60x right now. And we are seeing not only the core, but some sense of orientation plus an aura around the galaxies. We go up to 50, 75x. This is roughly the equivalent of the Rev 2 system. And the two galaxies are extremely present on the screen, and there's some actual sense of texture in terms of the aura around the cores. And this 14.2 magnitude NGC2 is quite present. Now, the reason for going for a fast scope is because what you want to be able to do is use all the pixels to condense all the light into the screen. Complete pixelization occurs at 100% eZoom. So every pixel in the CCD imager is now delivering an image. And this is a 5-second exposure. What I'm going to do now is drop it back down to 2, so it's much more like the Rev 2 system, so we can do a nice comparison with images that I've already captured, well, images that were done several years back that I have basically captured from online videos that I've already done. Well, it doesn't take long to get 6 stacks. We're already up to 8 at 2 seconds exposure time. Not seeing any sense of the galaxies. I'm going to center it up. There the two galaxies are, but it's at very low magnification. We get to 50%. We're now at 75x. Here's the presence of the galaxies on the screen. I'm going to play a little bit with the histogram, but there's not much of a histogram spectra available when you're operating at 2-second exposure time. But I will tell you this, we are stacking. We've had 3 ignored, and we're stacking plenty of views of the two galaxies, NGC 1 and 2. Now, the virtue of a fast system is now I can go to 100% eZoom. Not liking some of the distension here, but you know what? This is probably due to miscollimation of the primary and secondary mirrors, because I haven't had much of a chance to play with collimation. So I would suspect that is our issue there. Here's 2-second views at 150x, showing what I would think was the core and the core regions, extensions around these two galaxies. Let's go ahead and have a look at the NGC3 galaxy group now in Pisces. These two galaxies are in Pegasus. Okay, one of my main reasons for switching over to El Quattro, I was not getting any stacks whatsoever with Eddy at F8. We've already got 7 stacks at 2 seconds. I had to push Eddy up to a 10-second exposure before this particular region of sky provided enough star points so that it could triangulate and stack using the ASI Live software. We already have 12 stacks. I have yet to play a little bit. I'm going to just play a little bit now with a histogram, a little too dark. It's probably not a bad background view. We're only operating at some 30x. Let's push it up to 60. Now we are looking for a massive quantity. I should say massive. I should say 8 galaxies here. This is the first one. Now remember, when I remounted, put the eZOOM system back on, now we have an entirely different orientation of the sky. Here is our 13th magnitude NGC 3 at 60x. We're going to push it up. Let's go to 50% first, which would be basically 75x. What we're looking for here, if we can get oriented to it, is we have our NGC 3 galaxy right here. Now, we've got our 2 other galaxies. We've got several other galaxies in the field. They're in the 78, 35, and on series. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, and there should be a triangulating 5 galaxies right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There should be another one up here, which is going to be the last in the NGC series. I do believe it's this one here, which is 7840. That is a 15.5 magnitude galaxy. The one we're looking for also has to do with, this is our galaxy here. All right. There are several other galaxies in the field I have not identified. Anyway, we have a 15.9 magnitude galaxy that's present on the field. This is our feature star here. And then we have 7840, which is on its way down to the 2 galaxies below. And we're getting that distension problem. I'm not happy with that. These 2 galaxies here. Then there's a galaxy that triangulates with these 2 stars here. So, and we have here. So what I look for is this triangle of galaxies here based on these 2 that are close together. And I will articulate these on the screen with some pointers, as well as 7840, which I should be able to find somewhere on the screen, but everything's flipped around. We have these 2 galaxies here. We have this galaxy there. We have another one that triangulates there. I'm a little disappointed right now. Of course, the sky could be problematic up there, but this is only a 2, wait a second. This is a 2-second exposure, and we are seeing all these galaxies. Yes, it's a 2-second exposure. Mind-boggling how valuable it is to have a fast scope. Now I just got to get the primary and secondary better collimated. But what I'm going to do now is leave it at 30. I'm going to leave it at 30 seconds. 10, 5, we'll go 5, we'll go 10, we'll go 30 on this. Okay, now it's mind-boggling to me how much more effective it is to have a fast system. We did not have any hint of those fainter galaxies at 2 seconds exposure using Eddy, the F8 refractor, which has much superior optics and no obstruction, but it didn't seem to matter to the eZOOM system. So here's our feature galaxy, NGC 3. This is NGC 4. This is on the 7840 here. Here's our 2 other galaxies, this making our triangulation there. There's another faint galaxy way off in the distance. There are several galaxies all over this field. This may very well be the brightest galaxy of them all. And since these are all in the 78 series up to 7840, this must also be in that same series. I'm going to go ahead now and push it up to 10 seconds exposure time. Okay, once again, we're in the NGC 3 and 4 series here. We're now operating at 10 seconds exposure. I'm going to push it up so we get the whole field. Our feature galaxy is this one right here, which you can tell is quite a John. I do need to make a few adjustments in the histogram to bring things out a little bit. I haven't had a chance to look at the sky overhead. Things could be clouding up a little bit, and they are. So it doesn't look like, oh yeah, the clouds are really starting to roll in now, so it may not be able to get much of a view here. But let's make this our Carpe Noctem view. I'm going to push it up to 75x. We're still going to see all the variety of galaxies that originally had been captured with both Eddy and the Red 2, etc., etc. Galaxies here, there, and everywhere. And with that, we've now got 9 stacks. None have been ignored. A total of 90 seconds of exposure time. I am going to say Carpe Noctem.